Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by Tennova Healthcare, which goes with the story I was telling in between segments here. Kind of a Reservoir Dogs thing. June is Men's Health Month, by the way. June, Men's Health Month. Tennova encourages men all across East Tennessee to stop avoiding those checkups, guys. We know you do. Get to the urologist and look into a PSA test. Do you need to get one? It's a simple blood test. Approximately 3 million American men have some form of prostate disease. 3 million. Now, I got prostate cancer when I was just 40 years old, so it can strike early. That's rare, but it can happen. So take it from me. Take it from Tennova. Take prostate health seriously. Tennova Healthcare, promoting men's health throughout the month of June. Okay. Guys, in case anyone out there missed it, former Vol Chris Treese, played in the 80s, was talking, I don't know why he was at Penn State, but he was talking to Penn State coach James Franklin this week, and Treese then went to Facebook and posted glowing things about Penn State, and it didn't look great for Tennessee. Then some other VFLs like Jeff Coleman, Constantine Ritzman, and others made it clear that they didn't think Tennessee was handing out tickets the way that Penn State does. Let's go to the graphic here. According to Treese, Franklin told him that Penn State welcomes back, quote, every former player, always and for life. They said they may have 200 to 400 former players on the sidelines at any given game. That isn't possible. They provide, he didn't write, that's me. That's my editor. Pennington says BS. They provide field passes, tickets, even a skybox for players. He also added, I respect that so much because us VFLs haven't been afforded the same respect. Penn State gets it. Okay, again, we've all been on college football sidelines. Anybody been on one with 400 ex-players on there? 200 ex-players? I've never seen that. Anyway, Saturday Down South, as you saw on that graphic, that was the story in the back. Naturally, when a former Vol puts this on Facebook, other former Vols chime in, it makes its way to Saturday Down South as this family feud type thing. And by nightfall, coaches across the SEC are using that. They've printed that out, and they're ready to recruit with that against Tennessee. Mike and Mike, you guys covered UT last year, probably on the sideline at some point, skybox. Do you think Tennessee is shafting the VFLs the way some of these guys do? Or is this just, you get a big enough group of people, somebody's always going to be upset?
Bingo. I don't know what the policy is at Tennessee or anywhere else on former players, VFLs, whatever, getting tickets. But if you got a group of what, how many thousand VFLs are there right now? And I'm sure they would all like to be on the sideline and all like to have tickets in a skybox. So it doesn't surprise me. I think human nature, you're going to have a few grumpy.
Yeah, and I think, kudos to James Franklin. And listen, everybody's trying to get into Middle Tennessee. I mean, Saban's wearing a Predators jersey, for goodness sakes.
Right.
That is a rich recruiting ground that Tennessee is cashing in on. James Franklin knows what's there. If he can get a few guys naive enough to put stuff on Facebook that rips their own university, that's where they go, hey, look at this. Here's a guy that played there, and he's telling you how bad Tennessee is. Do you really want to be a part of that? They're telling you VFL, right. And you got guys like Gerald Riggs and Constantine Ritzman telling you how bad they get treated. Do you want to be a part of that? Now, I'll say this about Penn State, too, having been there. That is a remote location. That is a hard place to get, and they're having a hard time filling that stadium up with 100,000 people. So they got a few dusty skyboxes. Hey, anybody come on in. If you can find your way here.
A lot of people think that Tennessee players should be able to get ticket to field pass anytime they want it to every game. They don't get it for every game. I think from reading what these guys are saying, you got to know somebody to really get taken care of over there. Okay, let's say you get one per year. If you gave every former Vol a ticket to every game, that's a lot of tickets that you're not going to be selling to people. You can't do that. I think James Franklin duped Chris Treese, and Treese just repeated what he wanted him to say, which was, we let 400 people onto our sidelines, which, again, there's no way in heck that happens.
I fish a lot. I know how to bait stuff and make it bite, and I think that's exactly what he did. I think it's a good point.
And John, I was just looking at the
connection.
It's all about Nashville.
The backdrop behind you, logistically, you would have to put VFLs on the other side of the field, on the visitor side of the field. There's not hardly any room behind the end zones. Logistically, where are you going to put everybody?
Yeah, can we get my shot? You don't have room.
There's not room. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, room back there anyway. All right. I'll say that, look, they got a right to say anything they want. They went out and gave their bodies for UT.
Yep.
They deserve respect. There's no question. At the same time, to go the social media route, I don't know that they were sitting there thinking, hey, we're hurting our own school. But they were. That hurts with recruiting. I had somebody say, nobody does that in recruiting. Obviously, you don't follow recruiting.
Exactly.
Because I guarantee you that was being used that night against Tennessee.
John, when I went down to South Florida to visit with a prospect, the dad said, hey, all that stuff I'm reading about Butch Jones, is he in trouble? Is that real? And that's a guy that signed. That's the dad. That was his concern before sending his kid here. They read everything.
Chuck, you were going to say.
And I would
Close
like
her
to
down.
call Leroy Thompson of Knoxville that played at Penn State and ask him if he gets a sideline pass whenever he wants it.
He actually gets 400. Yeah. All 400 go through Leroy. All right. And we know Leroy watches. I need to get you on the show. Anyway, well, an invite via the air. If you want on, give me a holler. All right. We still have to come. Peyton Manning story, a hockey question, UT Alabama series. But what people are saying this week and not saying, some things you need to know about. Come on back.